Alright, y'all, we got mom realizes her son is a mass killer. We finna get right into this and see what it's about. Make sure I'm gonna like stuff we knew all that good stuff. Without further ado, first thing first, if you want to watch this video without our commentary, head over to Explore with us, or you can search this title up. Simple as that. But if you're here to watch the reaction, shout out to you. We finna get right into it.
There's a shooting in the mall. There's people wounded on the floor.
They're ready to get out of here. He's gonna go.
We need some more people inside.
That sounded crazy.
Clear the rest of this building. We're finding more victims.
I don't want to be crass, but I know dead when I see dead.
He's a loner. He never really had a lot of friends.
Did you enjoy it?
Okay.
What about it did you enjoy?
Just the killing part.
In 2016,
Yo,
terror erupts at the Cascade
man
Mall
admitted
in
to he.
Burlington, Washington, as a gunman opens fire in a ruthless act of carnage. Authorities respond in force, but by the time they arrive, he's already gone. What follows is the relentless pursuit of a killer hiding among an unsuspecting public, culminating in a bone-chilling confession that exposes the cold, calculated mind behind an unspeakable massacre. The following is based on official police records, and most of the footage has never been seen before. Please note that while some of the following CCTV footage is intense, it does not show anyone being physically harmed or injured. In the early evening hours of September 23, 2016, the Cascade Mall is filled with its typical crowd of families, young children, and casual shoppers. What none of them realize is that a calculated predator walks among them, whose deadly intentions are about to turn their quiet night out into a waking nightmare. Just before 7 p.m., the first 911 calls begin flooding in.
Sketchy, I don't know what is your emergency. There's a shooting in the mall.
I'm sorry, what's going on?
There's a shooting at the Macy's in the mall.
Okay. Whereabouts at the mall? Whereabouts at the mall?
At the Macy's, I'm in the department.
Okay, ma'am, are you safe where you're at?
She got a whisper shit so the man don't come in there and pop her, bro. But it's funny because the dispatcher is yelling. Like, if you can hear the different tones. You can hear the different tones.
Where are you at?
Do you see the person or a vehicle?
I saw him inside. There's people wounded on the floor.
The response from local law enforcement is both swift and overwhelming, with more than 200 officers from 27 agencies converging on the scene. Believing an armed suspect might still be inside, officers in full gear move into the mall. Inside, they're met with the tragic aftermath of unspeakable violence.
How did he get out of there that fast?
2 victims down bleeding in the makeup section.
2 victims in the makeup section.
254. I got 1 rifle left in this area. 1 in Cascade and then 1 down.
3rd victim.
We need some more people inside to help clear the rest of this building. We're finding more victims.
With the possibility of an active shooter still inside, paramedics are unable to safely enter the mall to reach the victims. Police continue to move through the building in teams, methodically clearing each area as they search for any sign of the suspect.
Do we have confirmation suspects are out of the building? You have confirmation? Because we do not. Negative. Receive. We're working our search.
After multiple sweeps of the building, a horrifying reality sets in. The killer has escaped, leaving behind a Ruger 1022 rifle on the cosmetics counter. Paramedics enter to assess the victims, and 1 is taken to a local hospital. The rest are beyond saving. Investigators turn to mall surveillance footage hoping to identify the suspect and trace his movements. This haunting footage will later reveal the deadly attack inside Macy's, and with it, the chilling realization that Macy's may not have been his initial target. Meanwhile, officers systematically move from store to store, locating survivors. Throughout the night, emergency dispatchers receive a staggering 675 calls from those in hiding, witnesses, people seeking information, and families desperately trying to locate their loved ones.
My girlfriend's mom works at Macy's, and someone just told her what's going on, and I'm trying to find information for her. Her mother's name is Shayla Martin.
Shayla Martin.
Is she alive?
As survivors are evacuated,
Sheesh.
a bus arrives to transport them to His Place Community Church, the designated reunification site where anxious families wait, hoping to see their loved ones walk through the doors. But some refuse to board, unwilling to leave without knowing if their loved ones are safe.
So I have one more person who missed the bus.
Exactly.
and is
I don't blame them. That's a scary situation right there. Especially you got a loved one inside. Like, I just need confirmation. Whether it's good or bad, I just need to know. If I was in that situation, I had a loved one inside of there.
missing his daughter. Was his daughter on the bus? No, she was in Macy's.
Investigators work urgently to obtain CCTV footage that will soon reveal the truth about what happened during those terrifying minutes. But before they can begin to piece together the full story, their first priority is clear: track down an unidentified killer who is still on the loose and could strike again at any moment. One witness told investigators she saw the shooter retrieve the rifle from the trunk of his car, which she described as a blue four-door sedan with a large dent in the side. Street cameras captured a similar vehicle leaving the area at the time of the shooting. By the following day, the suspect was still on the loose, leaving investigators turning to the public for help. They circulated a photo from Macy CCTV in the media and
Fucking
set
shit
up
ain't even clear, bro. What you trying to... How can you identify this man? This could be anybody, but you can't see full
how
details.
technology
It's
is
blurry.
They could zoom in and probably get it clear.
Yeah, and clear it up, but right here, this shit ain't clear.
tip line
yeah,
receiving more than 300 leads. Most led nowhere, but one name came up multiple times.
I got a stepson, and he's got a stepbrother, and he thinks that's him.
Can I get his name?
I know him by just one name. It's Arjan.
Dispatch, can I help you?
Hi, my name's Emma, and I saw pictures on Facebook of the suspect, the shooter, and I think I might have an idea who it is.
What's the name you think of the person you know?
His name is Arjan Chetan, and he's from Turkey, so it's a little strange name, but it's spelled Arcan.
And what was the last name?
Chetan, Cetin.
20-year-old Arjan Chetan, who was born in Adana, Turkey, and immigrated to the U.S. at the age of 6, is now a key suspect. Detectives locate Arjan's mother, Hatice, in the hopes she can provide confirmation of his identity.
Are you aware that there was a mall shooting last night here in Burlington? I watching TV. Okay, yeah.
Damn.
So we have been given information that your son is the one who's responsible. So I'm sorry to just throw that on you and shock you. So that's why you're here.
But he was with us yesterday.
Hatice explains that Arjan was in Oak Harbor with her and her husband for dinner around 4 or 5 o'clock before leaving for his job at a local restaurant.
Do you remember what he was wearing yesterday? Did you already ask that?
No, I didn't get there. I'm sorry. Thank you.
I believe like his short and t-shirt.
Shorts and t-shirt?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what color was he wearing? You remember?
I believe like a navy blue.
A navy blue?
And the t-shirt, the color was dark.
Dark? Okay.
But I don't remember what was the writing.
Hey, shout out to Turkey, bro. Look.
A picture.
Homeboy from Turkey in the chat, and this guy in a video from Turkey as well. That's what's up.
Fix your son.
Big up, bro.
That's him.
He shot and killed 5 people yesterday.
Oh my God.
So sorry.
Oh my God. Where did you find the gun?
I don't know. We're still looking into that. So I don't have that answer. I don't know.
And I don't know if my husband knows where he sees the gun.
Arjan's stepfather, David, a retired U.S. Navy serviceman, is also shown an image of something he may recognize.
Does that .22 rifle stand out to you? It looks like my rifle.
When David checked the place where he normally stored the firearm, he discovered the .22 caliber rifle was missing and confirmed Arjan knew exactly where it was kept.
And has he shot that specific gun?
He has in the past, yes.
Okay. So he knows how to handle a .22, at least?
I've taught all my kids how to handle a gun, plus he was in ROTC on the shooting team.
Okay. So then he knows how to do it pretty well. Okay. Has Arjan talked to you at all today?
No, I have not talked to him since he left yesterday.
Okay. What was he driving yesterday?
My wife's 2005 Chevy Cavalier.
Okay. You know what color that is?
Blue.
Okay. Anything about the car that would stand out?
It's a 4-door and both back doors are dented in.
What the hell?
Investigators confirmed Arjan's vehicle had a dent that was consistent with what witnesses stated. Between that and a positive identification from his photo, the shooter's identity was confirmed to be Arjan. For his mother,
Said,
the
David, you speak
confirmation
Turkish,
was
bro?
devastating.
Nah, I don't.
I'm in shock now.
I don't.
I'm sorry. I can't believe that stuff. Oh my god. So, oh my god. You know what? I need to smoke. Okay. I'm gonna give you just a second before we go smoke, okay? I want you to... Can you find some tissues, please?
That's crazy. It's wild for her to find out her son was actually the person responsible for, you know, what happened. 5 lives were, you know, taken. That's just to tell this woman that, I know her heart sunk. So many things probably run through her mind.
I'm just gonna find you some tissue. I really like that. It's really sad. How do people think? Well, you know, I'm gonna read about my son and I'm gonna read about other 5 people.
With his identity revealed, the hunt for Arjun began. Cameras capture Arjun on the night after the attack entering a convenience store. Several minutes later, what appears to be an officer or security guard enters, but finds nothing amiss. As Arjun checks out, the man behind the register has no idea he's face to face with a murderer.
That's
who
crazy.
just took the lives of multiple innocent people.
Crazy.
He
And
exits
did
the
that
store and vanishes into the...
That's sickening and scary. He literally committed that crime, that crazy crime, and moving around like nothing happened. That's wild, man. Like, just think of that. Just think of that. This man moving like nothing happened. Like he didn't even just do that. That's scary, man.
The night, on his way to the highly populated city of Seattle. On September 24th, he enters the iconic Space Needle, where he casually eats lunch and enjoys the sights alongside unsuspecting tourists. Nearly 24 hours after the mall attack, Arjun returns to his apartment in Oak Harbor, where police have been conducting surveillance and place him under arrest. In the days following, Arjun is interrogated
laying
multiple
low. They was
times
waiting for
without
him to come.
success, answering questions with "I don't know," and often smirking at investigators.
I don't know. I can't say. I can't say. I can't say. I can't say this.
It isn't until November 2nd that he finally agrees to explain what happened at the Cascade Mall and the twisted logic behind his actions.
Why Cascade Mall?
I don't know.
Because there's a lot of places. I mean, you're from Oak Harbor. There's a lot of places between Oak Harbor and Burlington.
What made the number of people?
Okay.
The mall was a big place.
Okay. And so why Macy's?
I just went in there.
And where did you go first at Cascade Mall?
Chuck E. Cheese.
Okay.
And well, I was in
Yeah, with the Chuck E.
actually,
Cheese.
I was going to go in the theater, but the doors are one way, so you can't just walk in.
So you actually went into the theater?
Yeah.
Okay. And what did you do when you went in the theater?
Look, I went inside the theaters and looked at places that had people.
Okay. So to get that into that area, can you just walk around in there, or do you have to do something?
Yeah, I bought a ticket.
Okay. You bought a ticket to actual movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was going to watch it. I just bought it.
Okay.
To get in the back.
This bone-chilling confession comes just 4 years after the 2012 mass shooting at a movie theater in Aurora, Colorado.
That shit was
where
tragic too. This was a tragedy as well. I think it was like a Dark Knight. It was one of them Batman movies that released or something like that. When this incident happened in Colorado. That is, bro, 12 people, bro. And then I think after that, it was like this shit was becoming a trend. No lie, it was like it was a trend to go on these, like, you know, do this.
I think after him, somebody in South Carolina shot up people in the church. He just walked in the church, sat there.
I think that was what, Dylan Roof?
Service.
Dylan Roof or something like that. And then some motherfucker did some shit. And then one nigga did some shit in what was it? I believe it was Orlando. It was like a gay bar or something like that. He went in there and that shit was crazy.
Las Vegas where there were like 2 snipers or 2 gunmen, like ARs or whatever, shooting from the hotel.
Oh, it was one guy. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's like a
And
little
then
festival that
Sandy
was going
Hook
on.
Elementary.
That was
Yeah,
like
then the
that
Sandy
Sandy
Hook
Hook one was
Elementary.
like 2012 or 13, something like that. Yeah, it been some crazy incidents. Nah, bro, I don't really play no
Killed in
games
one of
like
the
that. Well,
deadliest attacks in
tablet
U.S.
wise,
history.
nah.
After gaining entry to the theater by purchasing a ticket for the movie Snowden, Arjun heads to the back exit door and props it open with his cell phone, planning to return later. A man notices the phone and turns it into an employee, unaware that this simple act may have saved countless lives. One witness recalls encountering Arjun as he returned, only to find the phone was gone.
He wanted to know about his cell phone. He thought I had his cell phone. He was really aggressive, agitated, wanting to know where his cell phone was, what I had done with his cell phone, something to that effect. I mean, like, there were like 3 exchanges that I finally said something like, "Get the hell away from us, you're crazy," or something. I mean, the final time I was annoyed, and I said something like really aggressively. And then I think he turned around and like went back in toward the theater.
Surveillance footage next sees Arjun return to the kiosk, telling the female employee the phone fell out of his pocket.
And you say you worked in some theaters? Right. Okay. And how do you remember how many?
Like, until I found one with like plenty of people in it.
Okay. And when you say plenty of people, I mean, how many are you looking for?
The whole theater.
The whole theater?
Arjun is seen entering Theater 11 multiple times throughout the evening. Later that night, a 911 caller reported spotting a suspicious individual.
He came in, we were sitting in the back, and I was right next to the aisle, and he came in just to my right, really, like he flew open the door and ran in, and he said, "Oh," and then he stopped and turned around and ran out. And I turned to my wife and I said, "I think he was in the wrong theater." And after everything happened, I thought maybe that it might be possibly the shooter.
Investigators determined that the 32 people in Theater Room 11 were likely his target.
Damn.
They also noted that the guests in this theater would have been close to exiting by the time he returned, meaning the only other theater with guests left inside would have been the children's movie playing in room number 13. Whether he would have targeted children is a question he'll soon confront, and one of many harrowing revelations.
Man, that's why when I be in the movie theater, dog, hey, I'll be on point. I ain't gonna lie. Like, the last time I went to the movies, I went to the movies back to back recently. Like, I went to go see Sinners, and then I went and seen Final Destination, the new one. And both times, bro, I'm paranoid as fuck. I'm trying to like be relaxed and chill, because you know it's a movie theater. That's how you supposed to relax and chill. But nope, something just click in my head each time. Like, hold on, bro, look around real quick, make sure ain't nothing, because it's dark as fuck in there.
Man.
So I'm like, I'm looking around, I'm looking at the exit. I'm looking around, I'm like, as long as nobody's sitting directly behind me, or like, somewhere behind me, I'm cool. Because a nigga could literally pop me in the back of my head. So I'm thinking that. So I'm like, as long as nobody behind me, bro, I'm cool, chilling. I see the people, of course, down in the front, because they're in front of me, so I could see them. And, I think I might have had somebody off to the far hand side of me, and they talking, communicating throughout the movie. You could kind of hear them. So I'm like, okay, cool. I just had to. Something just kept clicking every time, bro, and it's weird because I do want to be relaxed in there. Because at that point, I'm not enjoying the movie, bro. I'm just being paranoid and shit, bro.
And had they not found your phone, what would you have done?
Shot them.
Okay, where would you have shot?
In the head.
Okay,
What the?
no, in the head. In their seat. So would you wait for them to come out?
In their seats.
Okay.
Just like to the back of their seat.
So you were just
See?
gonna
See
go down
right
the
there,
aisle
man.
and just headshot him?
Yeah.
Just in the back?
Right.
Okay. How full was the theater?
It was just people that were more than that was in my gun.
Okay. How many people do you think in that manner, how many people do you think you could have got?
All 25 for how many holes I had.
When his plan unraveled, Arjun set out to
This
find
man
a
is
new one,
wild.
staking out multiple areas of the mall while his gun remained in the trunk of his car.
And then what happened next?
I drove to the Macy side.
Okay. And then what? scope the place out again. Okay. And that was through the Chuck E. Cheese? Through Chuck E. Cheese. Okay. And so you scope out, and kind of what's going through your mind as you're scoping out?
All the places I'm gonna hit.
And so you walk through Chuck E. Cheese. Why did you pick Chuck E. Cheese?
No, I was trying to work up a nerve.
You were trying to what?
Work up a nerve.
Okay.
So.
Sure. I mean,
especially with more people. There was more people in there.
Okay. So
children. So, because it's just children's place.
So did you have an aversion to not wanting to do that to children, or
I didn't care.
After admitting that his presence in a children's place would be suspicious, Arjan says he then got in his car and drove around to the entrance to the women's Macy's. With unnerving clarity, he exposes the full extent of the horror he unleashed.
And so then you walk in,
see the first person.
Where did you see that person?
By some clothing racks.
Okay. And so, was that just the first person you saw, or you
first person you saw?
Okay. And what happens when you see her?
Shoot her.
Okay. You remember how many times?
2.
Okay.
Surveillance shows a young teenager shopping in the juniors' clothing section as Arjan lifts his rifle. Seconds later, she falls and disappears from view behind the clothing racks. The first sounds of gunshots were heard by several shoppers who initially failed to recognize them for what they were.
We heard popping noises, and originally I was like, oh, that's weird, fireworks are going off. And then it hit me, I was like, that's gunfire. And so we heard, preceding the first couple pops, there was yelling and screaming. What caught my ear the most was just the victim screaming, and it wasn't anything intelligible. It was just pretty scared screams.
Did she say anything at all, the first one?
There's 2 fouls. I just have 2.
Okay. What about the second one?
He said, I'm sorry.
He said, I'm sorry?
Yeah.
When did he say that?
When I shot him away.
Why did he say, I'm sorry to you?
I don't know.
Okay. So you shoot him in the leg, and then tell us what happens.
Falls down.
Okay, when does he say, I'm sorry?
Before I shoot him. Kill him.
What up,
So
Raza?
he's looking at you? Okay. And he says, I'm sorry. And then, after him, where do you go?
The place where the 3 women are hiding.
The footage then captures an employee ducking behind the counter in the cosmetics section. Nearby, a woman struggles to help her elderly mother, who appears unable to run. The 3 women attempt to hide together, but tragically, Arjan discovers them. He shoots the employee as she desperately tries to crawl away, then mercilessly turns his weapon on the woman and her mother.
Do they say anything to you?
Damn, bro.
Okay. They scream or anything like that?
Bro, it's crazy to see, like, people last moments on this earth, like, being captured. Because you see that woman crawling away. You see the other woman trying to get down with her mom. And we know the outcome of that. They're no longer here. That's crazy.
One witness, who was initially mistaken for a suspect due to hiding from police, had only just arrived at the mall when the shooting began.
So tell me, what did you do immediately when you got out of the car?
White shirt, so they think it was like a flag of surrender,
Okay.
right?
What'd you do immediately when you got out of the car?
I walked up to the door and asked if the movies would still be open, and I said
Yeah, the
whole
employee
mall's
passed
being
and
closed because there's a
2 other
shooting.
women.
And everybody needs to leave, and they started telling everybody to leave. Everybody started moving away from the doors, and I said, "Everybody get out of here! He's gonna get out."
Where was it that the police, the state patrol, that ended up, the ones that brought you here, where did they come in contact with you? Where did they get you at?
When I was by the Corvette and pointed out my name on the license plate,
Okay.
they told me to get down, and that's why I kept walking around the car, because I knew they knew I was in trouble.
Okay. Did you know? Okay. Well, you're okay now, Blade. You're all right now. Okay. Get control. You're doing fine, and you're okay. Did you know they were police officers?
Yeah, as soon as I seen their military rifles, I knew they were. I just didn't want them to shoot me too. Like, I was a bad guy. I wasn't bad.
While survivors struggle with emotional scars, those who lost loved ones are left grieving. Among the victims are 16-year-old Sadai Lada, a cancer survivor, 61-year-old Wilton Charles Chuck Egan, a Boeing maintenance worker, 52-year-old Shayla Martin, a Macy's makeup artist, 64-year-old Belinda Goldie, a probation officer in Snohomish County, and her mother, Beatrice Dotson, who was 95 years old.
Damn.
In the aftermath, a security guard...
That's wild to live 95 years and you end up losing your life by being...
Wasn't
crazy.
a natural cause or nothing.
You made it 95 years just to lose your life to being... For someone to just take you off this earth like... That is so
That's
sick,
crazy.
bro. Man. That's sad. That's sad, man. R.I.P. to all them ladies, man.
He rushed into Macy's and saw the victims, only to later meet their families outside the mall.
It is hard. You know what's crazy, though? It is hard to get guns. I mean, not really. But if you're a felon, of course, you can't get one. They do background checks. I won't say it's hard to get one. You can easily get them off the street, too. So I can't say it's hard to get one, but they do strict background checks, man. Like, the firearm I've just now purchased. My background check, it was like through the FBI, and as soon as I went to go pick up the firearm, I just signed over the paperwork. Of course, they tell you, like, I ain't gonna lie, I know the dudes in the gun store that work there and shit. They just be, it's a normal occurrence thing. So he was like, yeah, I know you're a grown man. I know you should know what to do with a firearm and what you able to do with He's like, so I'm gonna run through this paperwork with you real quick, and then it's that. But yeah, they do a strict background check though, for sure.
Years as a combat medic during Vietnam.
And it's like we got free will though. That's the problem. You know, you can't stop that. You can't stop that. Like, you just gotta hope that it won't happen to you. You gotta hope that nobody will, walk up on you randomly because you thinking it. Also, you gotta read people like demeanor too sometimes. Like, you can't just... I see everybody as a threat because everybody can be a threat. So at the end of the day, if I don't have I'm not gonna think everybody friendly because that's not reality. I'm not gonna think everybody want to hold a conversation with me. It's not reality. It's easier for me to just think like, okay, this person could possibly try something crazy right now, and at least my guard up at that point.
I don't want to be crass, but I know dead when I see dead. The thing that bothered me the most is I came around over by Macy's, and there's a gentleman standing there leaning up against his car, his truck. And I said, sir, I'm going to have to ask you, you need to leave. And he says, well, I can't. My wife and my mother-in-law are in Macy's shopping. And he described them. Guess who I was looking at when I walked in there? Okay. So I said, all right, sir, I just need your name and I'll let the officers know you're here. And as I turned, I saw another gentleman, Hispanic male, smoking a cigarette. I said, sir, you need to leave. And he said, F you.
It's easier to get a gun than to get booze.
And by this time,
in some cases, bro, I ain't gonna lie, you're right. But then again, there's a lot of people out here with fake IDs, so I can't even say that.
And I found I really had a problem because I had to lie to him.
The security guard recalled speaking with the employee Shayla just before her shift began.
The unfortunate thing is that just before 3, as I was coming into the security office, I did say hello to the young lady who was killed in Macy's.
You do remember
seeing her?
Interacting with
Oh, absolutely. I mean, she'd sit outside, she'd smoke a cigarette and read a book. And then she'd always have, hi, hope you have a good day, I hope you do too. And it's one of those things that you never really think twice about. But then you realize, we're only a breath away.
Investigators are on the verge of uncovering the dark impulses that fueled Arjan's rampage. But before they do, Arjan details what unfolded after the massacre and the horrifying next steps he had in mind.
I turned my car around, toward north. I see the cops coming. I'm like, I got out of there before they, put a SWAT team in there. Did you pass cop cars? I passed a couple times. There was cops coming from everywhere.
With the overwhelming presence of law enforcement in Burlington, Arjan began his drive to Seattle.
I was actually going to attack Seattle on
What?
the Monday of the 25th. Okay. So if I had another gun. Okay, I was waiting Monday, because Monday, that's when my parents got off. Because I knew I was going to get caught. Just go to my parents' house. They had nothing to do with it. I was just going to get their gun. Okay. And shoot Seattle.
Anywhere in particular in Seattle you were looking at that?
Pike Place.
Pike Place is a massive outdoor market with more than 220 independently owned shops and restaurants, and sees thousands of visitors per day.
What drew you to Pike Place?
Number of people.
Okay. And how were you going to do that?
This shit was like a game to him. It was like a game to him. He got like a rush from doing it, so he wanted to increase that. He like wanted to he was probably trying to make history or something. How he moving. And it's like
the headlines.
Right.
He really wanted to make the headlines.
He wanted to be fucking known for, you know, doing this. But it is crazy. He said, how are people this ruthless to take somebody's life away? Hey, who knows?
Mental.
Whatever going through their head, bro. Like,
mental. Like,
thankfully, Arjan was found
exactly
and arrested before he could enact his deadly plan. As Arjan continues, he finally gives detectives an answer for what drove him to attack the mall.
The attack was inspired by Hawkeye.
Yeah, it was influenced. He was influenced by
that they purposely run. That inspired me.
Arjan shows investigators and an FBI agent a copy of the magazine, along with instructions he said he once used to create a bomb, which ultimately failed. In an interview with investigators, Arjan's ex-girlfriend Molly described the cold and detached way he once spoke about the Oklahoma City bombing, a terrorist attack which occurred in 1995.
There was a bomb that went off in a city, and it blew up the whole entire place. There was a kids' daycare in it.
What
and there's
the
a memorial for it.
Oklahoma City?
Yes.
Damn, I ain't never heard of that. But it was also, that happened a year after I was born, so that's crazy. Yeah, who gets inspired by stuff like that? Exactly.
I was born 95.
Man, it was
just born.
It was crazy. I remember 9/11 clear as day, bro. And I was in like first grade or second grade when that happened.
About how sad it was. That's
In
not
2001.
I was like, what do you mean that's horrible? There were children. When I went in there was like people like, half torn up shoes of children and toys and stuff like that they show. It was like, no, somebody probably did something to deserve it.
See?
I was like, but
That's
a
crazy.
bunch of people that, even if one person did something horrible, why did all those people have to get blown up? Why not talk to somebody or interact with somebody? That's how you deal with it.
As the investigation unfolded, those closest to Arjan
I believe in karma. I believe in karma. And sometimes, the karma might not hit you. It might hit somebody like, you love, your kids, your brother, sister, something like that. It's like, I believe in karma, but also I believe that stuff like this, what they were just talking about, and that I don't feel like there's karma. Why would you be punished in a way like this? Like, I don't know. Whether you're a good person or you done something bad. Like, just think, for example, the 95-year-old woman, right? She lived that long. And she was taken off this earth in this manner. Ain't no way karma spun the block late for her like that, bro. Ain't no way. But it could. But who knows? Like, so I give it like a 50-50 based off of that. But you never know, bro. But also, I don't feel like people deserve to be, for somebody to choose their fate, If you don't just naturally pass, I don't feel like somebody should be like, man, you know what? Today I'm going to get up and I'm going to be the one to just, make you vanish from this earth. That's crazy to me, bro.
Revealing unsettling glimpses into his behavior and the early indicators of a deeply disturbed individual.
Can you describe Arjan as he's growing up? I mean, he's a loner. He never really had a lot of friends.
According to his mother, Arjan is diagnosed with ADHD and suspected of having autism. He also struggled with PTSD and depression, conditions she said stemmed from traumatic experiences during his childhood in Turkey.
But he said he was 6 when he moved to the U.S., so from the age newborn to 6, what did he possibly go through that he will even remember at his age right now? Like, what was traumatic? Like, what was what traumatized him from that time that he'll even remember? Because, like, I know if something major happened to you, you always gonna remember. It's always gonna stick with you. But I just want to know what the hell it was.
With him, and he's on probation for 5 years. So even that,
Damn.
He had domestic violation after he break up from first girlfriend. So he started doing some. That time, we have problem with his self-control substances.
Hadije explains that the breakup took a heavy toll on Arjan, while Molly offers insight into what caused the relationship to end.
How long did you guys date?
For about 9 months.
About 9 months. And tell me about your relationship.
It wasn't very good.
What do you mean?
His dad and I were just having a conversation about politics one night, and he thought his dad was looking at me the wrong way, and he attacked his dad.
What do you mean looking at you the wrong way?
Like, suggestively.
He assaulted me one night that I didn't call the cops on him when Molly was here. I was sitting on the floor in the garage talking to her, and he just hit me on the side of the head for no reason.
Documents obtained by investigators confirm
that man was
Arjan
insecure as hell.
Charged with 2 counts of
jealous
domestic
of
violence
his father
after
just
assaulting
talking with your girl. That's crazy. And you could hear the conversation. It wasn't nothing like his dad, hey, you look good, or, and even then, that ain't even a reason to do nothing like that. It's a compliment. Now, if it was like a physical touch type thing, and then boom, that's different. But conversation, like she said, they were talking politics, and buddy lashed out. That is
own parents.
Was he ever that way with you? Okay, tell me about that.
He would grab my arm, and I'd have bruises at work.
According to interviews with people who knew him, Arjan engaged in relationships with both males and females, including the mother of one of his high school friends. Past partners revealed that he was gentle with men, but tended to be extremely rough and sometimes violent with women. In his senior year of high school, Arjan was arrested in 2015 for assault with sexual motivation after he inappropriately touched 2 female students. Molly's next revelation is among the most unsettling details.
He told me after we broke up that he does not.
Like,
yo, what the fuck? Yo, this
According
man
to
is,
Molly, this
hey,
was
it
one-
just get worse. They get worse. He's a woman beater. He's just a jealous type of guy. He's into, that weird, that's weird, all the way weird, like. And then look at this smile right here.
Pansexual? Is it considered pansexual? He like whatever freaking moves or something like that. I don't know. I'm sorry.
And then he like women
Don't cancel me.
and men, and like what you like. I'm not sitting here trying to say nothing wrong. Do your thing, but with animals, dogs, you are wild, bro. That. Yeah, it's no pass on that, bro. There's no pass on that, bro. You're a weirdo, buddy. Straight up.
One of the many reasons she decided to end their relationship right after New Year's, 9 months prior to the shooting. After their breakup,
I've never
Molly
shown my
says
cat to
Arjan
him.
continued to text her, creating multiple accounts which she would continuously block. Investigators learned Arjan was blocked on Facebook by 56 users, most of them females.
After I broke up with him, he messaged me on Facebook and told me he was going to come down here and rape me.
Okay.
And kill me.
That's
and anybody that got in their way.
As more details emerge, investigators press Arjan for answers about his past.
You're very skilled with a gun. Did you ever play games growing up?
Mario and stuff.
Okay. So when I played, it was cops and robbers, but now they no, but now they have video games and all.
No, I play tag and stuff.
Okay, but what about video games? Playing that?
Yeah.
What's your favorite?
Battlefield.
Okay.
A shooting game. It makes sense, right?
A former friend who used to play video games with Arjun later recalled concerning behavior during their sessions.
He's very violent in how he talks, like on Xbox. And
How so?
like when we would like start a game or something and we were like having a good time and there'd be like a countdown and be like 3, 2, 1 and then you could just like see him like shooting in the air, like running in front, being like Allah Akbar, like saying something stupid like that.
He'd say that?
Yeah, he would say stuff like that and we would just laugh and it wasn't like, I don't know, I see like lots of the media is like saying that he was a terrorist and all this stuff and like that was definitely not true, I don't think.
What would you say to somebody?
He is a terrorist, bro. He is a terrorist. You go. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn if you're an American citizen or you live in America. If you do a crime like that in America, and you're American, it don't matter. Just the way you gonna call a foreign person that come over here and do that a terrorist, he's the same shit. You can't separate the two. It don't matter if he lived here or not. You're a terrorist, bro. That shit, you do not get no motherfucking pass, bro. I don't give a damn. That don't make sense to me.
And said, you know what? You moved swiftly and accurately through Macy's just like you were dominating Call of Duty. What would your response to them be?
I play Call of Duty, it wasn't bad.
Boy, it was smooth.
Because there are certain researchers out there that would say that playing first-person shooter video games prepare you for...
I read things on Facebook that said that. I think it's the stupidest thing.
Yeah, how come?
Because it's not Al-Qaeda kills people. You don't kill people through Call of Duty.
I'm trying to understand
What,
why you decided to watch...
He confused the hell out of me with that, what he just said, bro. I'm not gonna lie. He just confused the hell out of me. Like, that don't make sense.
For the rifle and shoot people.
Yeah.
I don't believe that.
Just because you want to kill people. You know, that doesn't make you a terrorist. That just makes you a murderer.
As Arjun sticks
This
to his
nigga's a
story,
terrorist, bro.
tension
I don't want to hear that. I do not want to hear that, bro. I do not want to hear that. I mean, yes, it could. Two can be true. Both things can be true. Both can be true.
begins to boil over.
Because he literally said that he was about to go somewhere else and do the same thing, right? He did it in Macy's. He said he was going to go somewhere else and do the same thing. He was about to do it in a movie theater as well. How is that not terrorist moves right there, bro? Like, now, if you walk up and pop one person and you keep it going with your life, you keep it pushing, yes, that label you a murder, not a terrorist. You only, you made that hit on one person. Now, when you go to random locations, different locations, and you plan on taking out a bunch of people, that's terrorist like shit, bro. Like, I don't get how that's not. But maybe my outlook and thought process on it might be wrong. So I don't know, but I just see like he's in the same boat as them.
Were you mad?
Could you?
Don't pull that fiat. I'm just tired of listening to you go into your stories about I can't answer that, I can't. You can't.
But he laughing back there.
You still want to.
Because the way he talking to him, the way this man, the way this man interrogating him right now.
The guy, the religious guy, true believer who looked at you and said, I am sorry. Basically said, I forgive you for what you do, right before you put a bullet in his head. What did you feel? When Sheila Martin is crawling for her life, and
Man.
the Catherine Street shoot her in the back. And then when Trips Diamond, 5 years old, sitting with her teeth shielded by her 67-year-old mother, Belinda Gawley.
He said that wrong because he aggravated. But we ain't gonna skip past it. You heard him say the 95-year-old woman, her 67-year-old mother was shielding her. He meant to say daughter. We gonna run that back and look. Pete. He meant to say 67-year-old daughter, not mother. But he's angry, he aggravated right now, so
Stories about the basically said I forgive him. 20 Catherine Street, 5 years old, sitting with her teeth shielded by her 67-year-old mother, Belinda Gawley.
Oh no, he said it right. Okay. No, he
So the
didn't.
mama was shielding the daughter.
Yeah, because I'm thinking if he's saying like the mom was shielding the daughter, then he said it right. But then I don't know. It just
Yeah.
What are
that's crazy. If the 95-year-old woman shielded her own daughter, bro, her 67-year-old daughter, that's a mom right there, bro, a protector. She was willing. And you know what? Hey, if it's it, is it. I'ma shield you. I'm gonna try my best.
You know them mothers that be like, I'll do anything for my
Exactly.
baby.
I mean, I'll take
95 and still
for my daughter, bro. I'll die behind my daughter, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That ain't even gonna be without it. I'm not even gonna hesitate, bro. I'm not gonna hesitate. Because at the end of the day, man, I done been on this earth for 3 decades, bro. My daughter only 2. So if I can prevent that from happening, or I'm gonna go ahead and hey, fuck it.
Why? You can sit and say nothing and let everybody on YouTube and the Facebook world and everything else paint a picture of this evil, sick person.
Yo, what up, Brody? Welcome to the chat.
You can choose to tell your story.
Arjan leaves the interrogation room unwavering in his claim that the attack was an act of terrorism inspired by Al-Qaeda. But 3 weeks later, he returns with a different story, this time ready to reveal the true motivations behind his horrifying act of violence. His new confession, however, is soon followed by an admission that lays bare the logic behind his actions and hints at a deeply disturbed mindset.
I was kind of angry.
What were you angry about?
Just life. Just.
Because you don't seem like an angry guy.
Just work and school.
Everything kind of stacking up.
Yeah.
So tell us everything that was stacking up.
I had to talk to my dad. He was like, "You're kind of not ready for college. We're gonna financial stuff. Buy a bunch of bills. We gotta pay bills and push everything by." So it kind of threw me off a little.
So I can totally get.
I appreciate you stopping through, bro.
Frustrate somebody and why that would
OG
make you
supporter
angry.
right there.
But then, what was going to the mall gonna fix?
I don't know. Just that was just a plan of mine. That was for anything special.
After the mall incident, a former coworker recalled Arjan once saying he planned to commit a mass shooting, loud enough for others to hear. What seemed like a joke then now stands out as a glaring warning for what was to come.
And Arjan is just sitting like this, staring at the table and going, "Man, I still haven't shot anyone." And I think it was right when a shooting happened too. Like, some shooting somewhere happened. He was like, "That's crazy how some people can do that. Like, what makes them want to do that?" And I was like, "Yeah, I know, right?" And then all of a sudden he was like, "I wonder if I could do that. Like, I still haven't shot anyone yet." And I was just like, "No, yeah, don't think about it." He's like, "Nah, I'm really starting to think about it. Like, I have everything for it." And I was like, "Okay, dude, you do you." I didn't actually believe, like, that would happen. I was like, but it was easy to believe when it did happen because of that specific situation.
That's crazy.
Did you enjoy it?
A little bit.
What about it did you enjoy?
Just the killing part. What about the killing part?
Crazy.
Just to hear somebody say that, that's some chilling shit to hear. Bro said his favorite part of it was the killing part. This man, dark energy, bro. Dark energy. Like,
putting bolts in the.
see, that's wild.
Tell me about that excitement. Tell me about what's going on in your body.
There's a rush.
There's a rush.
I don't know if it sounds like a.
No, you're not doing that. That's why we're talking.
Have you ever experienced anything else that gave you that kind of rush? No.
So when did the rush start for you?
The first person. Or, well, no, taking the gun out of my trunk.
So as soon as you pull the gun out, that's when the adrenaline goes.
Yeah.
And then you're like, game on.
Game on.
That man had to boost himself, bro. He had to hype himself up to do it. If you peep,
now or never type shit.
He said, "Hey, I already pulled it out the trunk. Might as well use it." And at that point, man, it was no going back for him. He got the adrenaline rush from it.
If he would have went back, bro, you know how many motherfuckers in the parking lot probably would have called the police like, "Hey, it's this guy up here with a rifle.
It's also crazy how he got past the police that quick. Like, he went in, he got in and out. Because normally, if somebody would have made that first call,
I feel like security and some
if somebody would have made that first call, they would have popped up
call.
quick. They would have been there because first of all, cops be in the mall a lot of the time. Like when I go to our mall, they in there walking around anyway, and they got the K9s with them and everything. So if that were to happen, their response is gonna be fast. All it takes is for that police officer to dispatch, and it's gonna be fucking helicopter cars swarming that bitch instantly.
Jihad or terrorism is
So
the
why they
icing
lying?
on
He
the
is an
cake.
asshole.
Is that
Makes sense? Yeah.
is that accurate?
Yes.
That just adds to it.
Yes.
So when you're looking for that level of fame and fortune, where the president knows your name, the president knows who Arjan in Little Oak Harbor, Washington is. The governor knows who Arjan is. All these people across the nation, Fox News in New York knows who Arjan is. All these people know who Arjan is. Well, then if you want to add, let's throw a little jihad in. That's just icing. But really, jihad has nothing to do with this. Does it?
No.
Nope. And there is the grin.
In the months that followed, Arjan wrote 4 very long letters, including one to his mother that were about killing staff and inmates, eating people, and serial killers, and his own killings.
What the fuck?
In one, he writes, "I have no regret. Killing people is fun." According to multiple news sources, he was later charged with 5 counts of aggravated first-degree murder. However, on April 16, 2017, 20-year-old Arjan Chetan was found unresponsive in his jail cell after taking his own life. 2 notes were found in his cell, one which included a list of notorious killers, Dylan Roof, Ted Bundy, and Timothy McVeigh.
I said Dylan Roof in that motherfucker.
Bombing. Other messages read, "Don't want to spend life in prison," and "I want the death penalty. Life here is miserable." In the aftermath of the shooting, the community established a temporary memorial at the Cascade Mall. Tanya Young, Shayla's daughter, established a memorial scholarship in her mother's name called the
I
Shayla
respect
K.
that.
Norton Scholarship.
I respect
The
that.
mall temporarily closed during the COVID pandemic and was rebranded as the Burlington Gallery when it reopened in 2024. If you'd like to see select new videos early and help us keep uncovering case files,
Hey, first
4
thing
years.
first.
That shit was closed down for 4 years.
Yeah. RIP to all the people that lost their life in that horrific situation. And then Buddy, he ended up, vanishing himself because he couldn't sit there and his thoughts, his conscience, all that kicking. Like, one thing that we all have in common, one thing, is a conscience. That shit gonna eat you alive. You go to sleep at night, bro, you probably is replaying in your head how you just took this life, that life, that life. Bro, I watched a quick story. I watched an episode of The Killer Speaks, and it was a guy on there, bro, and he literally said this himself. Mind you, he had unalived somebody prior to the incident, right? He did that, got away with it for years. They never even suspected it was him. He ended up unaliving another person, and this was based off, he robbed him at an ATM. It was a military guy, I guess. He robbed him at an ATM, made him go take money out, all this other stuff. Then him and his homeboy ended up unaliving this man, putting him in the trunk. What stuck with him, and he heard on a loop every time he laid down at night in his cell, was the fact that he heard the man head hit the back of the trunk when he pulled his body out the trunk to dump him. To dump his body, he heard his head hit the trunk, and he said that shit played on a constant loop, and it plays in a constant loop in his head while he in his jail cell. And I was like, yep, that's one thing we all got in common, bro. A conscience. That shit is gonna eat you alive, bro. No matter how much of a stone cold unaliver you think you are, that shit gonna humble you. Your conscience gonna humble you, bro. You gonna go to sleep. You might not even tell nobody that shit. You gonna just sit there and play that tough guy act, but that shit eating their ass alive, bro. And That's why Buddy ended up taking that easy route out. Because he can't sit there and just live with that, bro. He said, oh, this was fun. It was fun. Yeah, okay. Because at that point, you already knew you was about to sit down for the rest of your life. You could have had fun, unaliving niggas in prison then. Shit. You already locked up in that bitch. But nothing to lose. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about this one in the comment section below, man.